So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put some autumn fertiliser on. Now I normally go for the A1 fertiliser brand on my own lawn, but I don't have any autumn fertiliser. I never got round to getting any. And it's only had one dose on, which was about 2 months ago, so it's desperate for some more. Now at the moment I'm using this commercial stuff, which I use in my main business, and it's just handy because I've got it, I may as well use it. But I would recommend the A1 fertiliser. I've been using their spring summer all year on this lawn. It's done it the world of good. Basically it's all about the roots and the plant health. I'm going to go quite heavy with this, so I'm actually putting it onto the largest setting, but I'm not going to be hanging around too long either. So that's a really heavy dose. And there we have it. So the grass will just very slowly start to improve. But if we continue to get excesses of rain, then we may see further leeching of the nutrients, which will mean more browning and yellowing off. So we are up against it and we are fighting this battle, but we have to keep putting nutrients back in. After all, if you're hungry and you eat, you feel so much better. You get your energy, you get your vitality, you start to feel good again. It's just the same for plants. Right, so what we're going to do first, we're going to put some Emerald Green on, which you can apply right through the year. It's got things in there which really help the health of the plant, and it will actually improve the soil over several years in the ground. So it's definitely a beneficial product, and if you put it on right through the year, it's just going to help keep it nice. Just pop it on once a month. So we've got the Oregon sprayer this time. The battery one's up in the shed. This is the one I got my hand on first. So we've got grey water here, what we've been collecting from the rain. We're still in a hosepipe ban. You don't need to be super accurate with this, and you don't need to be super accurate with the seaweed. Just getting some on is getting nutrients into the ground. Things like your weed killers, they've got to be put on exactly right. You can't mess around with weed killers because you're going to cause issues. Because these are 100% organic, there is no issues so much. Now, I know these are 500ml. My lawn needs about 200ml, which is about half a bottle. And you can mix it with the seaweed, so I'm going to mix them together and just get this sprayed on. Right, so fingers crossed. You pump first to build a bit of pressure up, and then it'll start to feel hard. Now, anything with iron in, you want to be careful and not let it get onto any hard surfaces, because it will stain and it's nigh on impossible to get off. Right, so that is it. We are done for now. You could also put some iron on, and what I'll probably do is stick some of that on in a couple of days. Now normally we water in the emerald green. One, because we just want it to get in a little bit, so it's just washed off the leaf and just in and around the root zone. But things are so wet at the minute, there's not a lot of sun either, so it's not going to evaporate, so I'm not too concerned. I'm just going to leave it as it is, and we're normally getting some dew in the mornings, and there's bound to be a bit more rain over the next few hours, which will just give it a bit of a gentle washing in. Right guys, we are here about a week later since we've applied all the bits and bobs. Take a look at this. Ta-da! What do you think? It's looking pretty good, pretty happy, and I'm really pleased with this. Yes, it's thin. It went thin towards the back end of summer once we started getting the shade. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it in spring. I'm going to do a big renovation. But the yellowing has gone, or it's reduced quite a bit. It's still a bit yellow in the odd places. There's a few odd grass blades that have gone a bit yellow, but in general, I'm really happy with that. That looks pretty good. Now, I wanted to show you something. Kind of remember, I've always said, always take it steady when you're turning around at the edges, especially with mowers that have got a roller on the back, because it will churn the soil up. So I've done this on purpose just to show you. And you can see here, because the big heavy roller is literally just pressed down, it's a big heavy weight, and it smudges everything round. And here at this end as well, there's a few little spots there that you can just see. So you've got to be careful. So you really don't want to be using the roller too much at this time of the year, because it's generally always wet. But if you get the odd dry day, go for it. But just be really careful when you get to the ends and turn around. Turn it around a little bit at a time. Lift the back end up, then lift the front, and just sort of wiggle it round. But in general, I would avoid it. But I put it on today just to show you how it looks. So in summary, the kind of things you want to be doing to your lawns at this time of the year: keep the leaves off. Keep the leaves off the lawn. The leaves will stop the sunlight getting to those blades of grass, okay? Give it a mow if it needs a mow, and it will just take the tops off. Don't cut it too short. Cut it at your normal sort of height, but keep it at that, okay? Don't let it get too long either. Give it a good fork. Get a fairly dry day, the ground will still be nice and wet. Fork any problem areas, any areas that are going yellow. Apply seaweed, humic acid, products like Turfsolv or my Emerald Green. Get them on once a month. Emerald Green's really good. It's got a number of products in there which help with the health of the plant. And basically you can also put some iron on as well, and the iron will help to mask some of the yellowing in the grass. And it's the yellowing is due to a number of things. It's due to a bit of excess water in there, and so it's leaching some of the nutrients through, but also the energy extended by the plant is pushed up to younger shoots and newer shoots, and so some of the older shoots tend to just wither away a little bit. But in general, you can keep your lawn fairly nice through winter. You've just got to keep on top. It's really important, because come spring, this is going to be looking pretty good. And I probably won't want to renovate it, but I'm going to do. It's going to be a tricky time for me come spring, because we've got a lot of renovations booked in, and we've got things planned. So in general, watch this space. But if you like what you see, please, one of them be great. Please click subscribe if you're not already a subscriber for more content like this. See you guys on the next one.